we go. This is KUGAN CASSIUS for IFL TV in association with MTK Global. He's got some clothes on today, thankfully.
Wow. Wow. You know
What?
the amount of stick I got about that? Man's in his house just chilling. I'm in my house. I can be naked if I want. It don't matter. When I'm in my house, I'm like Tarzan.
Yeah, but when you're doing an interview with me, I require you, a minimum requirement, to put some fucking clothes on.
I know you liked it. You were like, I saw you dribbling in the corner. Your mouth was like, Johnny, put some clothes on, please, mate.
Johnny, can I...
Oh, God, listen to this. Listen to this. I had a traumatic day yesterday. I don't know if I should tell you this. I will go there anyway. So, I've been having a few problems. Not problems, concerns. So I phoned the doctor. I said to the doctor, yo, I want to come see you. We didn't talk like that, but you know what I mean. Anyway, I ended up going to the doctor. I didn't realise when you go for a prostate check, what they did, I thought you can do it via blood test, because my friend, he's 55. He had it done. He had an MOT, so I thought I'll have mine done. He had a blood test and everything. My mum put a glove on, jellied it all up with some cold stuff. Blam, it was digging it out. I don't know what word can I choose. I was in shock. I was in shock. He said, get on the bed, knees to your chest, bend over. And he did me.
What does that mean, though? In layman's terms, what happened to you?
He put his finger on my ass to check my prostate. How about that then? Yeah? Put his finger on my ass. Now I understand why a lot of guys are a bit uncomfortable about this. Obviously, you've got to do it for your health check and everything. You've got to do these things. But trust me, it was like, man, I came home as though I'd just been molested. I came home, I was tired. I went to bed 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I was just holding my covers like that. You don't understand. I know now you're thinking, do you really want people to know this, Johnny? I do want people to know this because, men, we need to get these things checked out. And it might be a bit of a traumatic experience, but get it done. And do you feel violated? I ain't got a problem with my sexuality. But when my man did that, he was trying to make small talk. I've not seen you on TV for a while. How's things? How's work? And I kept giving him one-word answers. Everybody's like, and you like the boxing? I'm like, shut up, man. Just get on with it. And the guy's like, he's having a proper good, and he's trying to talk to me like I'm happy about the situation. I didn't even have a witness. Next. Got violated. But
so did you sign up for it again tomorrow?
No, man, no.
Do you know what? I know. Listen, I know what you're saying, and you're saying kind of it in a humorous way, but what you're talking about is actually quite important.
Yeah, he puts a lot of guys off. So I'd been putting it off for a while, and my mate said, "Oh, I've had it done. You can do it with a blood test." When I phoned my mate and told him what I did, he started laughing before I actually told him what the doctor did, because even though they did it with a blood test, they still check manually, like I'm it's like some kind of oil change. Yeah, I know, man, I know. I'm just saying.
Well, thanks for that, Joey. Thanks for that.
Don't mention it. I'm just sharing it. You can all laugh, guys. You can all laugh, but trust me, you're all gonna have to do it eventually at some point. So just suck it up. Well, that's the wrong word. Just think about it. Get it done. I'm telling you, get it done. Just to check up. But it was horrible. Well, yeah, it was horrible. He asked me if I was all right. I'm like, yo, you got your hand up my ass. What are you talking about? No. But yeah, it wasn't whole hand, by the way. It was his finger. I don't know which one. I hope it was his little one.
Oh my God! I think we've learned a little bit too much about this situation, but thank you for sharing it, because there is an important underlying message in what you're saying. So people, as difficult as it is,
that's the whole point. That's the whole point. So just make light of it. Just get on with it, man. If you got to do it, especially, I think for black guys, I think it's 1 in 3 That's the ratio. So just get it done. Don't put it off. Just get it done. But it's not fun. I'm just saying. Just do it.
Well, like I said, if I didn't thank you earlier on in the interview, Johnny, I'll thank you again. Thank you for that. Much appreciated. Johnny, how are you, first of all? Apart from that, how are you?
Oh, a little shell shocked, but apart from that, I'm good. I'm going to go outside in a bit and have a little bit of a workout. It was my daughter's birthday yesterday, so it was nice, just a nice bit of a family time. I tried to make it into a painting party because I managed to get some black paint delivered to paint the back of the stable outside. So I thought we could do this for your birthday, but nobody fell for it. They wouldn't have it. So we just had a nice time. It was good.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about boxing.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
2 or 3 weeks since I last caught up with you. I can't remember when it was, but it was roughly around that time ago. Yeah, let's talk heavyweights, as we always like to talk with you, Johnny. You would have seen Deontay Wilder's comments on Tyson Fury on the PBC podcast, I'm sure, where Wilder said that he doesn't see Fury as the real champion yet because they haven't had the third fight. Yeah, what was your kind of initial thoughts when you were reading those comments or hearing them?
I actually thought, oh, Deontay, man, come on. You know, this image you've built up, this bad man image you've built up, you know, I bought into it, then you could kind of see through it. Most of the fans are still believing it. But when you're coming out with it, excuses after excuses for your loss, silly statements like that. Remember, you boxed twice. Even though Tyson Fury only got the decision once, he beat you twice. So again, you know, it might be a business conversation. Be thinking, I've got to talk my way back in this fight. Whatever option have I got? Him saying that, apart from himself, I don't know who else would believe that. And again, it's not very dignified in regards to I wasn't right. It was just something just wrong. When I got into the ring, I'll not go into it. But it's like saying I'm not making up any excuses. But and so again, you look at. And I can easily go back to that, and you might say I'm an AJ fanboy. Look what AJ did. He just swallowed up and said, oh, I got beat by the best man. Let's see what happens the next time. That's it, done. We can all speculate. That's it, done. So, but I think what Wilder's doing is, I think that's his inexperience. Because some of the things he's saying, I'm like, come on, man, don't say that. Shh. It was like when David Haye lost to Vladimir, and it's the tollgate situation, and Vladimir, when we were at the press conference, Vladimir saying to David, "Don't do it, David. Don't tell him this. Don't. You'll regret for the rest of your life." But David got on the table and showed everybody his little toe, and he was like the main bean for about 2 years, and it's just something an experienced fighter just would not do. What Wilder's doing, I just think, come on, man, what's up?
Johnny, is that a human or an animal that's in the background?
That's not my dog. That's my one of my daughter's dogs. My dog's outside. My dog's like the Don, and he's playing outside with them. And it's one of those little big head dogs. What do you call them? Chihuahua. Yeah. It's one of those Chihuahua dogs. My dog isn't Chihuahua. My dog's a British Bulldog, Jeffrey. My G Money. But that's Benji. Benji Bighead.
Shout out Benji. Anthony Joshua made some comments in an interview on Sky Sports today, I think, calling out Tyson Fury, not for the first time, but just clear message to Tyson Fury. One face, all the belts, let's do it.
Well, all those things to Tyson Fury. Of course, Tyson Fury is hot property now because everyone wants to fight him. Be careful what you wish for. Tyson Fury has a proven track record, and so it makes common sense to make that fight. Will Tyson Fury do it? I'm quite sure he wants it as much as Anthony Joshua does. Will the people behind Tyson Fury want that next? They'll probably think, why, when we could probably fight Wilder and make double the money and then make double money again on AJ. So he holds all the cards. The decisions his. So Anthony Joshua's got to do what he's got to do. Where else is there to pursue? So of course he's got to shout out Fury. Of course, Wilder's got to shout out Fury. Wilder needs it to redeem himself. Anthony Joshua needs it for his drive, his ambition. Say, I want all the belts, and you've got the last one I want.
Have you seen Dylan White and Joseph Parker going at it today?
Again. What's that now?
So I think Dylan did an interview on Sky recently, talking about the heavyweight scene, and today. So Joseph Parker, 10 hours ago, so that might have been obviously New Zealand time, early hours of the morning here. Joseph Parker tweeting Dylan White saying, "Why are you so angry, Dylan White? Because you know you just clung on after your lucky headbutt was wrongfully called a knockdown. Good fight, but unfinished business. Rematch anywhere, anytime at David Higgins, Eddie Hearn, Sky Sports."
And this is Joseph Parker saying this?
Yes. So Dylan White replied an hour ago. I've been doing this a lot, actually, because people like you should keep up to date with what the fuck's going on, but you don't. So I'm having to read it to you and relay the information. Anyway, Dylan White. Should I do it in a Dylan White way?
Yeah, go on. You do it Dylan White way.
Man, shut up. You need to stop being a bitch. You got your slaps and take them and chill. When you were champion, you said you fight me. Then you bitch out, lose, thought you could beat me. I busted you real. Could take it. It's okay to lose, bro.
Stop. You sounded like you're from somewhere like Bangladesh or something like that. Dylan don't sound like that, but I kind of get where you're going.
That was my impression of Dylan White.
Dylan is the kind of guy where if you run him down, he'll come looking for you. Anybody, trust me, he's that kind of guy. And so if you run him down and you're calling him out, he's not one of those guys that think, "Child, don't ignore it." He will come looking for you, come knocking on your door, and he'll do that. And that's how he take. I like that side of it. In regards to his social media antics with Parker and Ruiz, I think Dylan will always back up what he's got. And if any of these guys want to poke a dog, poke Dylan, because he'll get you something back.
I think you're right on that one, Johnny. You're not usually right on a lot of things, but I think you're right on that one regarding Dylan White. Right, Johnny, before we let you go, we've got a few Twitter requests.
Yeah.
So a few people have sent in a few things. It's more like an advice part of the interview. Can you do that?
Go on. Yeah, I'm there.
Right, okay. So I've just picked out 3 at Randy at random. So, but I think I want you to talk to them and not me, if that makes sense, because they're asking your advice.
Give me their name as well then when you do it.
All right, okay. So Mansour Kareem said, "I'm a young amateur boxer from London. What is the best single piece of advice you could give me?"
Mansour, I think the best single piece of advice I could give you is have faith.
Mansour Kareem, his name is.
Mansour Kareem.
Yeah.
I said Mansour.
Yeah, but it's more personal if you actually say it, isn't it?
Okay.
If someone was called Johnny Nelson and you just went John, they could be talking about anyone.
Oh, that's one word. I thought that was his first name and his second name.
It is, but I'm just saying his whole name. It's like he'll feel.
You're a weirdo. You're a proper
No,
weirdo.
I'm just saying.
Anyway, all right, Kareem. Mansour Kareem.
Yeah.
Mansour Kareem. My brother. Now, my one piece of advice would be that you've got to have total faith and belief in yourself. Get yourself make sure you've got a mentor, somebody that you can bounce off. But there's always a way. So if somebody like me that can end up being world champion after having 13 amateur fights and only winning 3, means there's anybody can develop and anybody can get better at what they're doing. So, but you've got to believe in yourself and be totally honest with yourself. And it's just a case of how much you want it. If you want it enough, you'll find a way. But it's a case of how much you really want it. And when I say that, it's easily said and easy to absorb mentally. But usually when I go and do talks, I'll go to a classroom of students or whatever, and I'll look at the back and I'll look at a door and I'll say, this is life between where I am stood at the door And on your way to the door, you're going to come across all the distractions in life, be it family, be it friends, be it work, be it life, be it death, be it marriage, be it relationships. And you're going to have to deal with all these things. But some people, when they've got to deal with these things, they're distracted, and they forget their goal was to get to that door. But you can deal with them, but you don't make your priority. What you do is you think, that is my aim. Yeah, I've dealt with that. Boom, that's my aim. I've dealt with that. Most people on the way, and I've seen so many talented youngsters that are coming through, never succeed because they're taken up by the distractions in life. And guys that were much better than me didn't succeed. And they look at me thinking, how the hell did you do that? I was 10 times better. And it's just a case, it's about mindset. So you've got to train your mind as much as you train your body.
I think that was a very good answer. Right, Mark Rickman says, Johnny, I've just completed college. I want to carry on with my education, but I want to get into boxing as well. What should I focus on more?
Mark, I'd focus on your education more.
Come on, you've done it again. Mark Rickman. Okay.
Mark Rickman. That doesn't sound personal. It just sounds like I'm a cop interviewing him.
No,
Mark, man. Yo, Mark.
It could be anyone. It could be anyone.
Okay, Mark Rickman. If you prefer me to call you Mark Rickman, cool. I prefer to call you Mark, but I'll call you Mark Rickman to keep our host happy. So Mark Rickman, I would say concentrate on your education, because the pressures of fighting, unless you have the springboard, and even if you've got the springboard, the pressures of fighting, if you put all your eggs in one basket, every fight means something to you. You've got no plan B to fall back on. Whereas if you get your education in box as well, once you've got yourself qualified and educated, then you've always got your qualifications, your experience of whatever field you're in to fall back on, and then you can concentrate on the boxing. I wasn't a clever kid when I left school. I wasn't a tradesman in anything when I left school. So it got to the point where it got to a stage where I invested that much time and sacrificed that much, so many other opportunities, but I had no choice. So my advice would be chase your education, and you can always fall back on that, because if you chase the boxing, you've got nothing to fall back on if the boxing doesn't work out.
All right, we've got one more. Ivor Hardy. What is the best club in Sheffield to start boxing at?
Ivor Hardy, the best club in Sheffield to start boxing at is St. Thomas's Boxing Club, of course. St. Thomas's Boxing Club is steeped in history, experience, wisdom, all shapes and sizes and styles of fights. Of course, I'm going to tell you to go there. And if you go there, it's not just about learning to fight, it's about learning to use that. Ivor Hardy, is that some trick name or what? Am I saying something that I don't realise what I'm saying? Like, Ivor Hardy. Ivor Hardy. Ivor Hardy. Ivor Hardy. What am I saying? Ivor Hardy. What am I saying, man? Ivor Hardy. That's what I'm saying. Ivor Hardy. Ivor Hardy. What am I saying?
Oh, Johnny!
Tell me what I'm saying.
Nothing. Ivor Hardy.
Ivor Harder? No. Ivor.
Johnny, thank you very much for talking to IFL TV, mate.
I'm going to have to record that and hear it back. All right, then. No problem. Mike, Mark, Mohammed, and Mike, and Ivor Hardy. Cool. One love.
Listen, thank you very much for your time, and hopefully we'll catch up with you in the near future.
Yeah, keep your ass inside. Do not go outside. Do not put our heroes, our NHS staff, under pressure. Be good, man. Be good. Keep your ass inside.
Johnny Nelson, thank you very much.
Peace.
Johnny Nelson, thank you very much indeed.